So, Ryzen disappointed all of us. We hate it. We're getting rid of it. In fact, I'm taking mine and I'm going to run over it with a semi-truck and post the video. Okay, guys. Let's cover a few things. It's the second day release of a brand new CPU architecture. Second day. Last I checked, ASRock has had 2 BIOS updates in 24 hours. They're still working on it. Don't throw everything in just yet. We still need companies to improve software compatibility, operating system drivers. Yes, there is a CPU driver in Windows 10. Programs, your games and stuff, still need to optimize. Several companies have come out and said, yes, it needs to be optimized. One has even said that the work that they've done in the past couple days, they're seeing impressive numbers. Okay, it could be AMD's paying them to say that. It could be truth. Who knows? But don't throw away your chips because you think it's crap. I mean, all I've heard for the past day and a half is incoherent screeching from both sides about how AMD's failed or how they're the greatest thing in the world right now. You're both wrong. Period. AMD has not failed. Nor is it the greatest processor in the world. It is an amazing processor from AMD. They really upped their game. Period. That's it. The jump they made from the 8300 series processors, I'm not going to count the 9000 series, but the jump they made from the 8000 series FX to the R7 is amazing. Good for them. That's awesome. The R7 lineup is not a gaming CPU. It's not. If you think it is, you're wrong. But an 8-core, 16-thread processor has never been a gaming CPU. The 6950X is not a gaming CPU. It is an enthusiast CPU. It is meant for heavy workloads, rendering. You know what I'm talking about because you've watched every other review. That's what it's meant for. The same with the R7. It is a workstation chip that games well. It does not game excellent. Maybe it will soon. Who knows? BIOS updates, and we start seeing 5 gigahertz on water. You know what? Okay, that's pretty amazing. I doubt it, but who knows? Nobody knows yet. If you bought a Ryzen CPU and you are butthurt because it doesn't beat a 7700K playing Battlefront at 1080p, and you're crying in your bathroom right now watching my YouTube video, stop. You're making a fool of yourself. It's a day one piece of technology. If you didn't expect this to happen, you're stupid. I'm sorry. Plain and simple. It does do really well gaming. It needs to improve. AMD's hyper-threading technology, SMT, needs work. Okay? The fact that it makes games run worse when it is enabled is a simple fact that it needs help. It didn't fail completely. It's not being utilized. And all it's doing is slowing down the processor. I'm sure that that will be fixed. Either way you look at it, it still runs with a 6900K at half the price. That is extremely impressive. That is a $1,000 CPU against a $500 CPU, and they run together. I think 5% difference in performance, that's extremely impressive. If you're not pleased with that, if you're not excited about that, go look at the benchmarks again. It's amazing. AMD jumped way up. Intel did the same thing in the late 2000s when they jumped to the Core 2s. That was an insane boost. 40, I can't remember the exact numbers. Anywhere between 30 and 40% increase over their previous architecture. AMD's doing the same thing now. Yeah, they're 10 years behind, but they're doing it, and they're going to be competitive with it. This puts AMD back into the competitive mainstream and enthusiast CPU lineup. Either way you want to look at it. If you're buying an R7 for gaming, you're wrong. This is not Bulldozer number 2. I've heard that several times. This is nothing like that. Okay, if you look just before Bulldozer dropped, and then the next year after that, you had executive officers just disappearing from AMD. It's nowhere near the same thing. We see the performance day one. It's there. You can see it. You could not with Bulldozer. That was horrible. It was shameful. It hurt. The biggest cringe fest I've ever seen in my life when it comes to a major corporation like that. Yes, this is extremely rushed. They wanted to get out with GDC. Okay, I understand. I think they should have given board manufacturers more time on BIOS, software companies more time to utilize SMT. Things could have been done better. But it's here now. Most companies are doing the same thing. They're releasing stuff early, and then they're getting free beta testers from everybody that was hyped up to buy it. Yeah, I was hyped. I was excited. It doesn't mean I'm not still excited, because it's a great processor. I have one. I'm going to be doing a build with one. And I'm excited for it. It's going to be cool. It's been a long time since I've had an AMD system. I'm running an Intel system right now. It's old, yeah, but it gets the job done. And I had no real course for upgrading except that this is a brand new architecture, brand new CPU, and I want to be one of the first. Remember, it's day one tech. It's got bugs. They need to be worked out. Some of those bugs aren't going to be seen until it is out there to the masses, because there's only so much you can test for inside of a lab. If you want a CPU right now, and your sole purpose for that is pushing frames on Battlefront, Battlefield 1, whatever, get a 7700K. They're in the low $300 mark. You can find them on sale other places. No, Intel didn't drop their prices. I don't know. Other tech tubers have covered that. I'm not getting into that. But if you need an upgrade now, like say you're running on a 6300 FX processor, okay, you need to go buy something. Go buy a 7700K, 7600K, whatever. An i3. I don't care. And you want something now, go buy a 4-core processor. Don't buy an 8-core 16-thread workstation processor when all you're doing is gaming. You will be disappointed. If you stream, if you render video, if you do anything like that that takes advantage of multiple cores and multiple threads, Ryzen's a great deal. I went with a 1700X because I have a theory that a 1700X will clock the same as an 1800X. I'm thinking the only difference is 1800X are guaranteed lottery winners. That's just my theory. But who knows? Intel is still number one in gaming. Period. Hands down. They'll probably stay that way on a straight gaming CPU. Intel has had the advantage on instructions per core for quite some time, and I don't see that going away. They have a lot more money to drop into R&D. Core performance over core quantity has always been Intel's thing. AMD, since Bulldozer, Excavator, has been pushing the thread thing. Maybe it's finally working for them, maybe it's not. Who knows? We'll see. But guys, stay positive. Don't start raising your pitchforks and taking the torches to Austin, Texas, or San Francisco to weed out AMD. Relax. If you bought it day one and you didn't expect there to be problems, you shouldn't have bought it. That's all I gotta say. Stay happy. Don't cry. It'll be okay.